Well, failed gubernatorial candidate Kari Lake, who is still pretending, by the way, that she might become governor this term, is telling her followers to do something that will actually turn out very good for the left if they follow her advice. And she's echoing what a lot of the right wing is calling for right now, a boycott of Fox News because Tucker Carlson was fired. And that is a message from Kari Lake. And like I said, much of the MAGA right wing. We'll discuss this more in depth after this.
Use our purse and we decide we're not going to buy a product because we don't care for the way that they are pushing that product. And we saw that with Bud Light. And our giving our mind and our eyes to something is power for us. If we just say we're not going to give our mind and eyes to a network because we don't like the direction they're going, that's powerful. Again, I don't think they care about the bottom line. They care about the agenda they're pushing, and they're an establishment Republican group. I'm not trying to be critical of them. That's just who they are. They were lucky to have Bongino on there and, of course, Tucker Carlson. I don't think they care if the people who love MAGA, Make America Great Again, if the Republican America First folks leave them. I think they'll just continue to push an establishment Republican agenda. I encourage every other news person at Fox who cares about this country to walk away from their contract, to walk away from their show.
We'll get to more from this interview in just a little bit. By the way, Jason Whitlock, who she's on with there, is the same guy who went on Tucker Carlson and called for secession. Super wild. But we'll get to Kari Lake's interesting legal advice for Tucker Carlson in just a moment. First, though, to respond to what she just said, by calling upon her followers to boycott Fox News, she's attempting to break down one of the most powerful institutions in right-wing politics, which is Fox News. The strength of the dangerous force that is the MAGA right wing is bolstered by the existence of Fox News as the central media core of the movement. And so if her followers listen to her, they will all disperse in different places out in the right-wing media abyss, which initially might sound like, okay, they'll go find some bonkers conspiracy theories some other place. True, and in a sense, there's a threat of those networks and those shows that they go to being even more far-right and wacky, but what Fox News has been serving as is an institution that attempts to project legitimacy with an unmatched audience size, with unbelievable relevance within day-to-day political discussions, which gives a sort of command central to the right-wing movement. Well, yes, you have the Steve Bannons and Newsmaxes and all those things. There was a synchronicity that the right wing achieved because of the strength and scale of the Fox News message on a daily basis. And a synchronized movement is a stronger movement. A good example of this is the manufacturing of controversies from Fox News. They're able to invent a problem and then talk about it nonstop. Biden's taking your gas stove. Wokeness is coming for your children and all those different things. They've run a billion stories about it. Within a 24-hour period, everyone will have been talking about it, even if it's just fabricated. It is possible, but it's a lot harder to drive narratives when you have 1,000 smaller outlets with no clear leading authority. It's why on the left, you don't have the same phenomenon of unity and message because everyone is kind of on their own page, whereas it can kind of drive observers as ourselves of American politics crazy to watch the way that one day you won't be hearing about something and then all of a sudden every single right-wing network is losing their minds over it, even if it's a made-up thing. And Fox News plays a big role in that. So for Kari Lake and the right wing to try to deteriorate that is actually to their detriment. Being able to beam these lies into millions of homes at one time, every night from one source, definitely gives the right wing a strength that I think this boycott could threaten, which I absolutely love. For sure. Next moment, here's Kari Lake's advice to Tucker Carlson after being fired.
I don't know what Tucker's deal is, but I worry that he might still be under contract and they're literally going to be paying him 10, 20, 30 million a year to just sit there and be quiet. We can't afford to have Tucker Carlson's voice silenced for a year and a half. I don't know if Tucker's listening to this, but if he happens to hear it, I beg you, Tucker Carlson to speak out, break the terms of that contract. We need your voice over the next year and a half to save our country.
Yeah.
And if you get sued by your former employer, we will help create a defense fund to help you fight that lawsuit. We need your voice. We need every American's.
Okay. You know what? Go ahead, Tucker Carlson, take the advice. Violate your contract if that's a part of it. I'd be so down to watch Fox News and Tucker Carlson get tied up in a legal battle with one another. Fine by me.